I'm just waiting to see who joins us. Okay, I can see people. Oh, Doug, hello. I was going to say, I can see people are here. Let us know if you can hear the music. We have Shanda and the Howlers up first. Woo. Yay.
New album.
And thank you to Rumbar Records.
Easy. Well, they demonstrate exactly
Here we
how.
go.
Thank you, Rumbar, indeed, for writing the soundtrack.
Yes.
We're gonna end up in Facebook quarantine for a minute, but you know, we'll just have to note that we got the rights. Jeez, the YouTube.
We got the rights. We do.
They're all like, "Oh, you're doing that without permission." Actually, on the other hand,
actually,
no.
I have permission. Hello, Julie, and hello, Peter.
Aloha.
Yay! I'm so happy you guys are here.
Right there.
So we're listening to the music of Shanda and the Howlers from Rumbar Records.
New release.
And I'm going to put down the link.
It ain't easy.
Because they make great gifts. We will be promoting Rumbar Records all evening.
This is what we got, folks. We're going to be with 3 big bands to play for you tonight. We have Shanda. We have the French Girls. And could that be the Laissez-Fairs?
Oh, we love them.
Yeah, so it's going to be
all
good
right,
fun.
I'm dropping the link.
French Girls are new to us, and I was auditioning tracks earlier, and yeah, they're pretty rocking. So, yeah, they're going up. And there we have it.
Hi, Devin. And hello, Lisa.
Awesome.
Good to see you.
So good to see everybody. You know, the amount of light coming in.
Hi, Aaron. So good to see you.
Realizing that, realizing that my glasses are really all gunked up because I was at the grill today. So I'm going to go clean these off and repair back here. If you would like to...
Were you offended by how gunked up his glasses were?
Nobody can tell, but I'm looking like, wow, they're getting a lot of ghosting on these. I don't really feel like staring at everybody for a couple hours saying, I can't
Hi, great
see
food
it.
and beverage. Good to see you.
You know it is. Would you like to mix
Alan
something
and
in the
Elizabeth.
meantime?
Yes, I will mix.
Which kind of glass would you?
I already have a glass.
You ready to go?
Yep.
Well, right there. Okay.
Yes,
Be right back.
hello everyone. So, let's just start the drinking right away. Devin, you're so welcome. If any of you who are watching want a holiday card from us, just shoot us your address and we will make sure we get that to you. We love doing Christmas cards, so please let us know. Oh, hi, Eric. Good to see you. We're listening to the music of Shanda and the Howlers from Rumbar Records. I just dropped the link. So we have a number of selections this evening for Rumbar Records. So, my first drink. Hi, Mark. So good to see you. My first drink of the evening I'm calling Smooth Santa. And this is kind of a two-parter drink. So, for Smooth Santa, I'm going to start with 2 ounces of dark Jamaican rum. I have Myers's. We usually keep Karuba around, but we ran out, so. And it's really hard to get here. So, you know, my first world problems. I'm going to do 2 ounces of my dark Jamaican rum. And this is going to be kind of a daiquiri variation. A Christmassy daiquiri variation. I'm calling Smooth Santa. You know what? I'll leave that off because I need this again. So, 2 ounces of dark Jamaican rum. Let me go catch up with everyone. Hi, Lou. Thank you so much for the music. Hey. Hello, Michael. Yay, so good to see you. Yes, Rumbar from Boston, Eric. Good call. Yes, we love Rumbar Records. We're big fans. Okay, so that was 2 ounces of dark Jamaican rum and a ½ ounce vanilla liqueur. I'm using Giffard. ½ ounce. And then a ½ ounce of fresh lemon juice. Oh, good. Hi, Mom. She found us. Yay. ½ ounce fresh lemon juice. And 5 dashes of orange bitters. Then I'm going to shake that with ice. A had a moment there where I wasn't sure he got nice, but he did. Okay, good. And I'm just grabbing the ice because it's just me. If you were here, I wouldn't be touching the ice. A little bit more. Shake with ice. Oh, Mark, that's so funny. Mark says my cocktail this evening is "You'll Shoot Your Rye Out." That's good. I love that.
That's good.
Oh, Devin. Oh, you've been meaning to ask. I remember you said in the live stream once there was a brand of coffee liqueur that you liked better than Kahlua. Oh, we've been liking the grind espresso shot. Grind. Look for. Yeah. Oh, hi, Errol. Ooh. Lisa and I are having champagne and Saint Germain liqueur. Well, you can't go wrong there.
That's rather hard to
Okay,
tell.
so strain into a cocktail glass. Where's my strainer?
It's as
Oh, it's okay. Found.
I must say, it doesn't take too long for these guys to just get down to the rocket, you know?
So Smooth Santa. 2 ounces dark Jamaican rum, 1/2 ounce vanilla liqueur, 1/2 ounce fresh lemon juice, 5 dashes of orange bitters.
That's like a really great place to be.
Oh, yummy.
I will be very happy to give that a
I'm
whirl.
so happy with that.
I
Oh,
can see.
Vince Martini in the house.
Hey,
oh, I
what
won't
do
be
you
there.
know?
Oh, swizzle, yay.
Yo, Mark. Awesome.
We still have to get to Swizzle.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't been. Ho, 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 indeed.
One of the immortal words of the Santa Claus and Christmas story. Ho, ho, ho.
Speaking of, you will shoot your rye out.
That's hilarious. What exactly is in a "you'll shoot your eye out" if you don't mind dropping it on
Might be
us?
proprietary.
I will be glad to. If you do mind, then hey, I'll take it privately.
So, for those of you just joining us, we're enjoying the music of Shanda and the Howlers, generously provided to us by Rumbar Records. And I dropped the link, but you know what? I'll drop it again. Because you might not want to scroll up.
Yeah, you know. So you said,
Hi, Donna! So good to see you!
hello, 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 hello. You said generously provided by...
Rumbar Records. There you go.
There we go. Just saying.
All right, you can still see it on
Require
YouTube.
special FX.
But Facebook is scrolling faster at this point. So this was Smooth Santa.
Smooth.
2 ounces dark Jamaican rum. Smooth Santa.
Smooth Santa.
Smooth move, Santa. 2 ounces dark Jamaican rum, 1/2 ounce vanilla liqueur, 1/2 ounce fresh lemon juice, 6 dashes of orange bitters. I miss you too, Donna. We need to get together soon.
This season feels like it's half over.
Oh, God.
But if we start to consider that the season kind of starts in the end of September, and ours really started before because we had a late summer party, and then we had that Ohana thingy. Jeebus, it's like we've been going since August. Oh, I can affect that immediately. Let's make them flash.
Durr.
Bing! Yeah! Now we're talking.
I don't think you can. Okay.
Can't actually
I'm going to see if you can
them,
actually tell. But anyway.
Sorry. But yeah, I feel like since
Hi,
August,
Janice.
it's really like September, October, November. Here we are in December. It's like a whole quarter has passed, and we're like halfway through the season.
Oh, Mark, that sounds really good. He did share the recipe.
Brown butter rye, 1/2 ounce of rock. Not like rock and rye, but the brown butter rye. Okay, it's like a butter wash rye.
Peter's having some Lafage tonight.
Lafage.
Sounds great.
Where's my strainer?
Where's my strainer? Lisa was pointing at it.
It
was blocked from me.
You know, it's like those horror movies where you're like, don't go into. He's behind the door. He's behind the door. Yeah, she can't hear you. She's going to walk right into the night.
Oh, Donna's saying, can I request some salsa? We could definitely.
We're not DJing Christmas tonight, but I would play that for you any other time.
Anytime you want.
Anytime.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact,
Jess, so good to see you.
If I play Sal Soul on the air, like in 5 minutes, the Vincent Montana organization is going to be on it so fast.
You come here, or we'll come there, and we will play you.
I'll play. We got 2 big albums of Sal Soul.
All the salsa you
I just
can.
played both of them the other day. They're still great. It's just like
okay,
really
you shared it again.
disco mixes,
all right.
and they're well done.
Ooh, That sounds really good.
Right. All right.
That sounds really good,
The
Mark.
rye, Rocktown coffee, the coffee liqueur, the banana. We do have banana de Brazil on hand, if I recall properly.
Oh my god, we keep getting interrupted.
It's like the one banana that we've actually bought, commercially made banana. That's good. And I've seen another one on the market that was a reputable brand, and I'd like to try it. Because if you just
Really?
Yeah, I completely forget what it was. It was probably a Consumers or Mid-Valley. I think Mid-Valley had this. They have a really great selection of very nice liqueurs, like mostly French. Now there's also some of them coming out of Germany these days, and there's a couple of U.S. brands that are really hitting it. And of course, our locals make these kick-ass fruit liqueurs that we talk up all the time.
Oh yeah, Eric's saying Shanda has a little Motown sound in it.
There is a little Motown sound in there.
This is a great album.
They kind of like, it's like
Shanda and the Howlers.
I feel like
It ain't easy.
I feel like they're kind of cranking around the highway on a 49 Pontiac, and they're careening between like straight ahead roots rock, a really heavy soul sound with horns, and just like some gut busting, Chicago blues, like so. So they're just like, what are we gonna do now? Bang! And they just hit it. They just hit it.
Sure. Hi, Pat.
And
Good to see you.
Her voice handles everything, so that they're doing, I gotta say, it's a wonderful sound. She got a lot of grit. I like that in a singer.
Grit.
A lot of grit.
But wait till you hear Glendora's song.
Oh, that's in production.
That will be released in the next few days.
We're attempting by Friday.
Talk about vocal grit.
If I were better at mixing and recording, this would have been here by now. Tempest.
The Tempest, is that what you saw?
Oh, I very likely saw Tempest Fugitive because everything else on there is, on a different shelf, and you know what it tastes like, and you're like, no, that's I'm not going to name names. You know what I'm talking about. If you want to drop the name in there, I can't stop.
We miss you too.
Oh yeah, jeez. You've been facing some great pictures of the Paca Bar, by the way. I mean, it's looking good. Very, very festive and decked out. 4 season. Check them out, folks.
Yes.
Up here on the Facebooks. I know that we're on the social media, and I was just name checking this earlier. Many people aren't really using these anymore because they were paying.
Peter, it's just going to be a video, so you'll be able to just listen to it all you want. There's no record to buy, sadly. I wish. For Glendora.
Our production on this one was something along the order of 10 days from the first idea until this point. So maybe add another day or so for us to actually get it wrapped up, and then we'll have a recording.
Eric says it's nice to know that music therapy is working for Glendora.
Couldn't hurt, right? I need a little something. I was about to say,
do you want to mix something?
I'm going to start out by not thinking too hard about it, and noting that Lou from Rombar very happily provided us with a couple of Rombar koozies. Mm-hmm. This one for the French girls, and I think what I will do.
I have Shanda in the house.
You got the Shanda? Yep.
I do.
Yeah, I think I'm going to put a beer in there. That's what I think.
I'm going to put a beer in mine later.
I think a band like Shanda playing this kind of music really wants a beer that looks like this. That's what's going in there.
Oh, Doug, are you still here?
Hello.
He's got a natty bow.
Natty bow, baby.
Hi, Laura.
To expose the name of the next group that will be up. In the meantime, crack that sucker.
Good to see you. I know, crazy.
Relish an old man beer.
It has been a crazy season, hasn't it, everyone? Hi, Ken.
Hard on. That's very, very, very elegant, I gotta say.
That didn't take long.
So elegant. Could you pass me? Do we happen to have?
I'm sure I can.
I'm sure you can. I would look for the bourbon, please.
Oh, you want this? Is there any in here?
It's a bourbon. I think we filled that bourbon.
Oh, it's just about empty.
Okay.
I'll go get other
We'll get some
bourbon.
Grab some other bourbon.
Here we go.
I will drain the bourbon that's in the fancy pants bottle here, and then it will fill with other.
I'll take its scarf off.
This was. I think that was Makers.
Yeah, that was Makers.
Yeah, that was Makers.
Glendora's singing will be interesting. That's one word.
We have the Makers Christmas gewgaws on here. I really should just get a bottle of Makers. We had a bottle of Makers.
Oh
and
yeah,
we used
you
it.
do love it.
We
have to love a horn section.
I'm a horn player, so yeah, I do happen to enjoy a horn section.
Oh my gosh, Aaron says, I went to Aldi today and they had espresso martini cheese, pina colada cheese, boozeberry, and whiskey cheese. Oh my gosh.
That's like around Halloween where you get that big 3-pack of the Monster cereals, except for cheese.
Wow, Eric says
and booze.
58 there. That's nuts. It was.
5'8".
It's pretty.
5'8".
It was pretty not warm here today, but
Temperature was up.
the temperature is up.
All week the
Yeah.
temperature's been higher than you would expect.
Oh, thank you. Donna says, "Don't be stupid" was my favorite 2021 song. Thank you.
I tell you, all she can do is put the message out there. Will people listen? What do you think? Anyway, I made a little space in this little guy here, and I think that a band like Shonda and her Howlers would probably enjoy a beer and a shot. I'm just going to drop it right in.
Just going to pour it right in.
I'm going to drop right in there. Boom.
You got class.
Class up the wazoo. There you go, folks. Yep. Pretty good thing to do to an old man beer.
I agree.
When it's hot outside in the summer, I will frequently have one of these by my grill side while we're doing so in order to keep cool. Which doesn't explain why I have one on a daily today when I was outdoor grilling.
He was too. He's off work
yeah, just
this
like the beer.
week.
I took PTO.
He's off work.
Yeah, I did.
He's not just day drinking and working.
I don't day drink during work hours unless somebody at work is taking us out. Yeah, that's
Oh, Eric plays sax every once in a while. Interesting.
Hey.
So does he.
I do play sax for every once in a while. Alto.
Aldi's nuts are the best. I've never bought anything at Aldi. I walked into Aldi once, but I never bought anything.
We have one.
Oh my gosh,
here for several
mid-70s
years
in Tulsa.
now.
Crazy weather.
Good grief, people.
Hi, Keith.
And I will tell you, Tulsa, at various times of the year, you would expect that you need to
Glad you're having a cocktail.
hit the cellar because of the tornado siren, but didn't that happen to Kentucky recently?
Oh my god.
Got smacked.
Got leveled.
Oh. I mean, it's not where you're expecting
we were doing that
these things to
yesterday.
happen, so I'm like, oh man.
We were day drinking yesterday, Mark. I'm not gonna lie.
Just look, some of our correspondents in state were noting a tornado siren recently. I'm like, and it was, we hear that all the time. I'm like, well, if you're expecting, it's like floods around this area. Yeah, when it rains like mad, somebody's going to get flooded locally because we have a lot of low-lying areas. We expect this. Our cellar's going to take on water because bad drainage. Luckily, we're out of a floodplain.
Matthew's a tenor sax player.
Tenor.
Oh my god.
I played tenor for
He plays alto.
1 year in high school because we had too many altos. So I inherited the tenor, and then I was hauling that back and forth to school, and I walked to school. So that substantially increased the strength in my right arm, which I probably still have, Tenor was good, actually. It's a sax I probably should have been playing in the first place because that's the sound that I remember. What am I talking about? What do you think? Plaz Johnson. He's the man.
So how did you end up with alto?
Because somebody on the block had
tornado
a
weather
saxophone.
again. Oh.
Somebody on the block had a saxophone, and it was an alto. So it's like, well, here you go. And I borrowed this machine for a while. It was definitely from the 30s. Had stickers on the case. One of them from the 1933 Chicago World's Fair. Well, that was pretty cool. And if I thought about it, I would have asked the folks, do you want to upgrade this machine and maybe we'll go 50-50 and put the work into it because, pads wear out, corks dry out. It takes maintenance. And you got to
Eric has
get bent.
several saxes.
Ah, there we go. Well, I think that's the thing about sax players. They tend to have more. You might start with an alto, grab a tenor, soprano, sopranino. That's a fun one.
Errol, YouTube wanted to censor your comment. I had to moderate your comment to let it be allowed.
Whoops.
Could have sax all night long.
What's that? Is it National Lampoon's European Vacation in Germany?
Yes.
My family and I are looking for sex.
Yes.
They are in fact looking for.
My family and I are looking for sex.
They're looking for the.
Peter played the French horn.
French.
Did you carry your lunch or walk to school?
I carried everything. Everything was on my back, and the sax was in my hand.
Just sounds so.
Years later, I realized you could buy.
I was stuck at the airport.
Oh.
I'm sorry to hear that.
In Chicago. Oh, jeez. Well, weather patterns in Chi may be quite dire because it's that time of year. So, foo on that. Hope she's got some entertainment.
Lisa says, needless to say, the memes on Facebook about Okies sitting on the porch with a beer while watching tornadoes isn't too far off. She lives in Oklahoma, so she can say that.
She can say this. And
if we said it, it would be offensive, but she can say that.
You have the heritage. You're not exactly going to whip out the term Okie, but...
Aaron plays French horn. Okay, we got two French horn players so far.
Yeah.
All right.
I recall the French horn players in high school were fairly timid, despite the fact that that instrument puts out a lot of volume. I think there's no reason to be like leaning back on the French horn. It's a big horn.
That might have just been your school.
Yeah, did you have obnoxious French horn players?
I don't know.
I
don't know any French horn players.
We had obnoxious trumpet players. Of course, they stand it when you're in the woodwinds. They're in back of you, so it's over your head. You got these horns, bang bang. And I remember one of the guys took a French horn one day, and he was like getting a lot of volume out of the thing. The French is this very compact instrument because it's wound up. It started out life as this huge long horn. In order to make it a little more practical, they added some valves so you get some more intervals out of it.
The Midwest is dealing with a messy night. Oh. Boo.
Booey.
Boo.
Booey.
Boo on that.
Tornado weather again, time to drink. Yeah, well.
John Entwistle played the French horn.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He would frequently whip that out in at shows if they needed because on the recordings they could multi-track and he could lay out one more track over it. But there were certain things that he would play live, like if you see video of them playing Pictures of Lily, which was their big single in the spring of '67, he'll whip out the French horn at one point. Excuse me while I whip this out.
Aaron says that's a totally real stereotype. Band personality types are so real. I love it.
The drummers in my band were kind of mooks. Now this is good if you really want to get somebody to hammer it. The trumpet players are a little obnoxious.
Look, I feel bad for everyone who's having to deal with this whole weather thing.
Oh, cancel, let me know. Now we'll start the drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise you're just hanging, and then she's hanging, and it's going to be midnight before they say, nope, you're not going anywhere.
Ugh.
The hell?
No bueno.
Yes, no bueno.
No
Señores?
bueno.
Not a habit. Not a habit. So,
Smooth Santa is...
It's pretty smooth. It goes down pretty quick.
I was going to say gone.
Yeah, it goes down kind of quickly. Didn't you have a sidecar with that?
Didn't I pour it in? Yes, I poured it in.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I poured it in.
That's what.
So...
I drank it, she says.
I have a lightened version of it for round 2.
Yes. You need this sucker?
I need a flute.
You need to bust it?
Yes.
Okay.
And I need a flute.
Would you like to do a true flute? You got a flute.
I got a flute. I'm fluting.
Excuse me, I'm fluting.
Does anyone see
Are You
Being Served?
The first Christmas show, 1976, I believe that was. That's the reference I'm fluting, which is pretty hilarious. The whole episode is great. Father Christmas Affair, I believe, is what that is called. There's a movie of Are You Being Served? Never seen. But now, if I can only bust into this, that would be great. You know what?
Well, Eric, you've got a lot of instruments.
I could waste a lot of time trying to get into this, or I could remember that I have a multi-tool on me.
Okay. I'm moving my decoration to my new glass.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm calling this one Smooth Mrs. Santa.
Mrs. Santa?
That was Smooth Santa. And this is Smooth Mrs. Santa. Pink. So I'm going to do 1 ounce of my dark Jamaican rum. What happened to the...
What do you need?
That's not the 1 ounce one, is it? For those of you just joining us, we are listening to...
this is an ounce.
Shanda and the Howlers.
That's an ounce. I'll do it.
It Ain't Easy.
It ain't easy.
From Rum Bar Records. I will drop the link again in just a minute. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this one, we had 2 ounces of the rum before, but I'm going to do 1 ounce.
Okay.
I'm not doing exactly the same proportions, but I'm doing more or less the same ingredients. I really don't want to drop this. Okay. Woohoo, I didn't drop it. Okay, 1 ounce of my dark Jamaican rum. I'm going to do a 1/4 ounce of my vanilla liqueur. Slightly more. Okay. 1/4 ounce. And I'm going to do 1/3 of an ounce of my fresh lemon juice.
Aww. Smooth
you know
Santa.
what? We have these.
Bring us some booze.
We have these lemon curls. I didn't even use one.
That's true.
1/3 of an ounce of my fresh lemon juice. And I'm going to do 5 dashes of the orange bitters again.
Notice how the howlers just slip effortlessly right back into that soul sound.
Yes.
And she's just like, oh yeah, sure. That's what we're playing right now. Bang.
Okay. And then this one I'm going to fill with chilled kava. And it will make a festive bubbly drink.
Festive bubbly.
Festive bubbly drink for the season.
Give me a little bit of room here.
Thank you.
Of course. Boom, 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 boom.
Let me catch us up.
Oh, I think the French girls are tuning in. Hey, girls!
Oh, hi!
Just in case you think
We gotta
we're gonna
play you
return
next. We gotta play you
You
next.
are up
Okay.
next. I
All right.
have a CD right here. Ready to go. Whoopee.
Garnish the lemon twist.
Yep. Oh, I knocked over the poster though. Don't do that. Come on.
Oh, yeah, Nib.
We got the promo poster for.
Hold the poster up.
There we go. Their new single, Summertime. Yeah, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Hot stuff.
Oh, jeez. Oh, she's making friends. Of course she is.
Naturally.
Lura's making friends, which makes total sense
That
because
sounds like
she's
Lou.
super friendly.
Well, that sounds like Luke.
O'Hare at least has good food. Oh, jeez.
Oh.
What do you think about corks?
In terms of.
I don't know. I like a cork.
I like a good.
I like a good cork.
Yep.
Let's see. Let me catch up. Errol's brother played drums. Okay.
Yax from the Who.
You gotta read all these Woodwinds comments. I'm like,
Oh, jeez.
whatever.
What do we got?
Oh, Mr. Humphreys. Yes, I'm free. Yeah, okay, so you get it, Eric.
A shakuhachi flute. I
Street
think I've heard
Stories. Hello, good to see you. Hope everything is great
That's
with
nice.
you too.
Yeah, I've heard that there's a number of electronic woodwinds out there these days. There's something that looks an awful lot like a Kenny G mutation, which is really just like a soprano that's got an electronic output. And it is good that you can just plug in the headphones. You note that if you are
Hi, Jamie.
if you're a drummer on the move, you can grab a pad.
I like a good cork.
You know, if you're a guitar player, you could actually plug a little Walkman type device into the thing and just be playing along. What does the sax player do? I heard that Mr. Coltrane on planes used to have a stick with intervals measured out, and he would just sort of like play the notes in his head, which is a certain amount of concentration, I will tell you. But your machine makes noise. Even a trumpet player can throw a mute on.
Oh, I'm going to drop the Rumbar link again, where you can pick up all of this fabulous music. It makes great
yes.
gifts
You know, in case you're saying to yourself, oh, it's a little late in the season.
for yourself
what am I
and your music-loving friends.
What am I going to do?
Exactly. Rumbar's got you covered. I'm going to drop the link. Go. All right. What?
I'm free now. Started to
Lompoc. Oh, jeez. Corks.
Got it. Got it. Well, still enjoying a little natty here.
With a little something extra.
Inside the French Girls Cozy.
What do you have in there? Bourbon?
Got some bourbon.
Gotcha.
I think that would be highly suitable to the French Girls as well, although I was inspired by Jenna and the Howlers here. Figured that they would enjoy a beer and a shot. Seems like that kind of group. But in the past, we've also made other things.
Good for enjoying a beer and a shot by.
Beer and shot. What?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Play it while you're enjoying a beer and a shot.
Beer and a shot of a Wednesday evening.
Really,
While listening to Rumbar Records.
Glad to have them in the house again so that we can play with the band. Otherwise, we get a lot of strikes.
You are right, Peter. We do need to raise a glass to Mike.
Oh, yeah. Mike. The third of these guys, I gotta say, very talented fellow. Probably most talented as a producer, but he was also a very good songwriter. I mean, he produced a lot of high-profile projects in his time, and he got a lot of attention out of that. Some really fun alternative movies. And a real pioneer in music video, well, of course, but in the 70s, he had started doing these on his own. I think he did one of the first video albums. Like, I'm going to release a whole album like that. And this is like, really right before you would have been able to buy such a thing on a videotape. So he was really pushing the envelope there. Joke about corks.
Breezeway General, what do you think of corks?
I like a good cork myself.
I don't know.
You know, I used to. Here's the interesting thing about corks.
Clearly, I'm out of the loop.
Here's the thing about corks. This is completely as an aside to this entire conversation.
Oh, Lisa, yeah, someone, Eric on YouTube just told us that too.
Oh, this is all allowed until we get some dirty language, and then Facebook's going to can us. So, but we can always, like, you know, authorize things too. This is not that kind of group. I've noticed that we accumulate these things with abandon because we have at least one of these a week, and then if we have a bottle of wine or so, you're getting another cork, etc. And sometimes the plastic corks. Mostly it's the regular corks.
I'm catching up.
You can do all sorts of things with these. You can actually get that frame and put all your corks in it, make the cork pin board, that kind of thing. Sure, great idea to recycle. I realized that it's actually bark, and it's flammable, and it works very well as kindling. So I've been putting them up the chimney. Otherwise, they're kind of garbage. But I started saving out a few, and recently, I needed a couple of corks. And I needed them to be tapered.
Oh!
And what do you know? That's tapered.
Eric's
so I just
asking,
saw that off and I had a couple of corks.
did you ever see that short-lived show in the 80s, Mike Nesmith's Television Parts? We were just talking about that the other day.
About that
I have not seen it.
I looked up his production credits. And that is featured on IMDb. I believe there was something called Elephant Parts and then Television Parts. So he had a couple of different parts things. Well, he was, you know, certainly right at the edge of that style of music video when that was originally happening. So he was well versed. And he was also, apparently before the Monkees, he was on the Lloyd Thaxton show as like a music producer. So he was doing a lot of things behind the scenes. So after the group went their separate ways, he forms a new group immediately, which was like a very pioneering country rock group. They didn't really hit it, so he went on to other things. But he did a lot of production in studio. Well, songwriting and production is probably where you wanted to be in the industry at that time if you wanted to make what you would call money.
Yeah.
So that was wise. It was a good idea. You definitely want to get your name on the record as I'm the person who wrote this, so when this thing gets the covers.
Oh, Lisa had a crush on Mike.
Oh, you know, Mike with that big pom-pom hat.
Yep.
There's a great bit where the show in the, I think, spring of '68, one of the guests is Frank Zappa, and he's on one of the extra pieces after the episode. And they're just talking, and at one point it's just like, why don't you be me and I be you? So Frank puts on the Mike hat, and Mike puts on a Frank mustache. And they just have this whole thing back and forth. And then they play something from the new Mothers album, and like, on television? Yeah, they do. Well, I think they destroy a car with a sledgehammer. Pop art.
Errol's dad made fishing lures with corks. And Eric says that there are some episodes on YouTube.
Oh, very good.
Television Parts, okay.
Be very glad to check that out. It's fun. But yeah, thanks for the notification on that. They're kind of
Michael Zappano. Yeah, okay, so yeah, yep.
Zappano.
Yep. Jamie knows it, Mark knows it. Okay.
Yep. I believe one of the final episodes, if not the final episode that was broadcast, their musical guest that day for the filler was Tim Buckley.
Oh.
And he plays a song that didn't appear on an album for like a couple of years. So it was just like this unique piece of music for a while. Pretty haunting tune too. But they're just like, you know, here's Tim Buckley. It's like, this is one of our favorite people, so they just put him on. Cult artist, clearly. But, so, funny stuff, little monkeys aside there. There have been a number of high-profile people leaving us recently, but that's probably the musical person that I can think of. Actors and politicians. Wasn't it Bob Dole, I believe? What happened, a week ago? Pretty high-profile politician.
Yep.
So,
didn't Mike's mom invent whiteout?
No, you did not dream that.
What?
Mrs. Nesmith was a painter, and she was a secretary, and I think she was getting kind of tired of these damn typos, and she kind of thought one day, you know, if you just had sort of like a nail polish sized bottle with some latex paint.
Okay. Yeah, Jean says she did.
You know, that would do it. And I think she had to like bump around with the formula. You wanted something that would dry quickly. So like normal house paint wasn't going to cut it, but if you had a much more volatile medium. So I don't know whether she worked with a chem lab or what, but they came up with a formula that would dry pretty fast and went it out, and she made a fortune.
We're getting some songs mentioned.
Hey.
Song to the Siren.
Thank you. That's the one. That's the actual song that Tim Buckley plays on the show.
Ride the El Dorado to the Moon. Robbie Shakespeare from Sly and Robbie. Okay.
Boy, I tell you, we're getting this whole sub mic thing here. Well,
I love it.
Got Rumbar in the house. That's there's a label.
I know. We're having a musical discussion.
I would say
inspired by Rumbar
awfully
Records.
familiar with the Monkees and Mr. Nesmith, etc. And more than a few artists on that label would say,
Yes.
"Oh yeah, grew up with them."
Thank you.
Definitely. I mean, we were both from the era where they were in like the first or second reruns, but then the show got heavily syndicated for years.
Oh yeah.
And I think it kind of like dropped off the charts for a little bit, and then MTV picked them up around 1986 and starts like putting them in heavy rotation.
Yes.
A whole new generation is like, the
remember
Monkees,
that.
and they go nuts. All of their albums got reissued on Rhino, I mean, rival label there. But all that stuff came back into print that had been gone for a long time. So there was a really big push. They toured again that summer. I saw them. It was just the three of them. No mic, sorry. And they were very good.
You've seen the Monkees more than once, though,
I have.
haven't you?
Yeah, around 2000, a friend of mine said, "You want to see the Monkees?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'd see them again." They were even better. They played a lot of stuff from Head and the later albums. And it was a really, really great band. And interesting enough, both times, it was one of those theaters in the round with the rotating stage. So both times I've seen the Monkees spin.
Why didn't I go to that?
I don't know. Don't recall. You would have enjoyed.
I know.
Sorry. I should have a recording
Maybe
of
I
that.
had a performance
But I
or
don't.
something.
You might have.
Yeah.
I mean, I think.
So we're listening
Where we were
to
coming
Shanda and the Howlers
Mhm.
from Rumbar Records. I've dropped the Rumbar Records link a few times, but I'm looking at the site now, and there's tons
Look at this catalog.
of stuff on here.
You just start scrolling and you keep going.
Tons.
Wow.
Tons.
We're advertising
Oh
this
my
as,
gosh.
last minute gifts to anybody while you're listening to it. So if you're saying I dig this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Santa, buy me a beer.
Back was Rockin' and Rollin' from Stop Calling Me Frank.
We love Stop
awesome.
Calling Me Frank.
Oh, they're a lot of fun. They're really, really fun.
All right, it's time to put on the French Girls.
I think we just just
Okay.
finished up with Shanda. That's the slow version of Miles and Miles. Let's keep rocking, shall we?
So there's even Christmas music here.
I think Liz French Gilles will be able to do this properly.
Do it.
Mm-hmm. There is Christmas music to be had, if that's your bag.
Oh, Eric says, I think my favorite Song to the Siren version is when it was sung by Elizabeth Fraser of the Cocteau Twins.
Mm.
Love them.
Well, she's good.
Oh, stop calling me Frank. Yay! I'm so
Hey.
glad you're here.
Hey! Awesome!
I think that's a Christmas must have.
I'm kind of thinking that I must have it.
Yeah, I think we must
I
have
think
it.
we must have. We must do.
What cocktail would Mr. Nesmith enjoy? I don't know.
Well, he was in Texas. You kind of figure he's a beer and a shot kind of guy himself.
Okay.
Although I think he would enjoy something with some bubbles.
Did anyone here know him? I know we're probably 1 degree of separation from him with the people who are here. So if anyone knew him, what, if anything, did he drink? Let us know. There we go, the French Girls. Can you hear it? A tequila sunrise, Mark says.
That's a pretty fun idea.
Hello, Keith. Thank you. I love it. Oh, it got it. I feel like we should. Anyway, we can like clip the poster to the front of this.
There is, in fact, a way we could put the poster in front of that.
Do we have a clip?
I need a clip.
Go grab a clip.
I just lost the case. I'll have to retrieve that. Slippery back there.
I don't think it slipped off the bar. All right, let's clip it. Or you can clip it. There we go. All right.
Now you can see. Problem. Well, I'll retrieve that later. Anyway, good thing we get the poster because I just dropped the case with the CD.
Oh no.
Clumsy.
Tisk tisk.
Well, I'm going to have to get busy on something. Can we have the...
There's no rush.
No, there's no rush.
Oh, a monkey gland.
Monkey
Jamie
gland.
says.
Orange juice, gin, absinthe. Oh, boy.
I could, we gotta Oh, Peter says the French girls sound great. Yes.
Excellent.
Agreed.
I was demoing these before to see what I wanted to throw on the show tonight, and I just gave everybody 5 minutes and said, yeah, you're balls to the wall out of the gate. Hired.
Eddie Griselda.
Oh, well, that's a classic. So I do not have a connection to Mike, but I have 2 stories about other members of the group. We have...
oh, my cheeky, thank you.
We have a friend who actually deals at shows. Where he does.
That sounds...
Yeah, that sounds all wrong. Well, it's shows. You wouldn't be dealing with that.
I just want to interject real quick. Aaron says,
Yep.
you know what would be cute? Mini pearl diver glasses.
Oh,
I agree that would be cute.
There might be such a thing. I gotta think if I've ever seen that.
I mean, I've seen the plastic pearl diver glasses.
Yeah, but they're like something that's sort of a shot size.
Yeah,
that's a fun idea.
That would be very cute.
And it'll be great for a sample size if you're doing like samples of a daiquiri type drink. Be pretty awesome. So we have a friend, Zanti Jewelry. He does jewelry and pins and a lot of kitsch things, fridge magnets, pin backs, that kind of thing.
Too.
And he was at a show, and there was also a lot of these shows to do that kind of thing will frequently
Except I
intersect with
just
comic
spelled
books
it wrong, but...
and rock. And there was a signing, and they had Mickey DeLance was there. And he noted that at one point he had to use the men's room, and who walks in but Mickey? So he urinated beside Mickey DeLance. That's a big claim to fame right there. That sounds pretty rock and roll, actually, right there. I cannot claim that, although I was in a club once, and a diminutive gent came beside me, and I took a look, and I said, "That's Paul Simon." I didn't say that to him. I'm like, yeah, people, you know who you are. But I was thinking to myself, yeah, it's Paul Simon. So,
you're in the men's room. Hey, you're Paul Simon.
Hey, you're Paul Simon, aren't you? You know?
Like,
yeah. Hey, so anyway, I want to talk about, you don't want to do that. It's obnoxious. Yeah.
Mini pearl. Errol says, Aaron, would you have to keep the price tag on them? Like, mini pearl.
That's the first thing I thought. The very first thing I thought.
Now I want a mini pearl glass.
Mini pearl diver glass.
Monkeys were damn creative.
You look at the amount of talent that went into making all of those records. These guys were hired to sing. That's it.
Hi, Satellite. Good to see you.
They started doing songwriting, and they started hiring all the songwriters they wanted to hire. And the talent, voice and heart. Who else wrote songs for them like regularly? I'm thinking of. I mean, who wrote the Porpoise song was not Ellie Greenwich, but same stable. It was Brill Building people.
Stable.
Yeah. Oh, well, stable makes them sound sort of like cattle, I guess.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Well, that's
really a
building. Which is how the music industry treated them. So there you go. I'll burp it.
What's in the Brill Building now? I know it was Colony Records.
Colony
right?
Records was in that building.
Colony Records was in there, but that closed a long time ago.
They're gone.
What's in there now?
Some of the classic stores of yore.
Yeah. Oh, Carol King, Julia's saying. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Donna's saying with the mini pearl diver glass of a hat.
Yeah, it should.
I'm not aware of too many things. I know who I am, if you know what I mean. Exactly. I'm not aware of too many things. I haven't heard that song in a long time, actually. Sounds like someone took the English term, taking the piss too literally.
Well, we didn't take the piss out of them. That's for sure. I'm making something, and I started with 3/4 of an ounce.
Goffin and King.
Lemon juice. Goffin and King.
Did anyone else read that book? What is that book called? I read it. I read it early in the pandemic. The one about it's like 600 pages, but it had like a whole section about Carol King, and then a whole section about Joni Mitchell, and a whole section about Carly Simon, and it was just so interesting.
Mm-hmm. Which reminds me of the book about Atlantic Records, Anything for a Hit by Dorothy Cavallo. Yeah, she had interesting experiences in the industry.
Girls Like Us.
Girls Like Us.
Girls Like Us.
You
if you are interested, it's a heavy tone, but entertaining. But if you're interested in the women in music of that era, I highly recommend it. It's an eye-opener. And they're all still with us, which is what one of the most interesting parts. Like, where are they now, kind of thing.
So let's see here. What else am I going to put in?
So for those of you just joining us, we are listening to music generously provided to us by Rumbar Records. We're currently listening to the French Girls. I would hold up the CD case, but
I dropped it.
Paul dropped
back
it behind
of the unit, and
so,
it's going to be very
this
hard
poster is.
Let's see what I can do.
There we go.
We got the poster, so good.
Yes. Books, didn't they go away with wall-sized flat screens and YouTube? Yeah,
Books?
probably.
Books?
Yeah, probably.
What is it?
Where it says Joan Baez gives me reflux.
Joan Baez is a force.
She's got a lot of vibrato.
If you're into music of the period, you have to deal with Joan. And more to the point, you have to deal with the related Buffy St. Marie.
Oh God!
Oh,
Oh,
man.
no! Ah!
Oh man! Wow, that's for brought up.
That is just nails on chalkboard.
Folkies.
Hi, Elizabeth. So good to see you.
Felix Navidad. Hey, that makes me think of the Odd Couple.
Wait, what?
Let's see.
Did you ever hear the story of how Robert? Wait, is it Cruich? I can barely read this.
Kidnapped Simon and Garfunkel. No, I don't think I ever read
Kidnapped Simon and Garfunkel? No,
I remember,
I've never heard that.
I remember the kidnapping of Frank Sinatra Jr.
Yeah.
Which was bizarre enough. Let's see.
Joan Baez, excuse me. Yes, it was too much. I completely agree. I remember one day he was playing Buffy St. Marie. I was just like, oh my God, why are you doing this? Why are you playing that? I'm sorry, if you're a fan, I'm sorry, but I just...
If you love her, you love her.
I couldn't even. Couldn't even with the Buffy. It was very sincere. So sincere. Anything I can help you find?
I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah, the punch, I think, is over here, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Are you going to create?
I am, in fact, creating.
You haven't told me anything that's in this drink. I gotta write it down. I gotta write it down for our patrons.
Well, I'm coming back.
Alright.
There it is. Rolling stage.
Come back.
I'm coming. I'm just making sure I get all the parts that I
Right.
would need to do things with.
So what have you assembled so far?
So, what do we have?
You're building a double old-fashioned
Building
glass,
a new one.
I can see.
I felt like making a grog of the sort that all these bands would enjoy. So let's go
Okay.
with that was an ounce of dark rum. I'm going to add a half ounce of high proof rum. This is, as a matter of fact, Smith & Cross.
Wait, okay, so that was 1 ounce dark Jamaican rum, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What? And an ounce of...
Half ounce of the Smith & Cross.
Okay.
Jamaican pot still. When I make a grog, I like to have that pot still flavor in there.
Okay.
A little high proof is not required, but it's okay. I mean, it's only half ounce.
Couldn't hide.
Can I?
All right.
I got half ounce of vanilla liqueur.
Okay.
Decided to go that route to sort of push that spiced rum nose. And 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. If you use lime, use lime. I don't care. I don't go, oh, you can't use
I'm
it.
gonna call the
It
citrus police.
changes the formula.
Call the citrus police if you do.
Half ounce of Swedish punch.
Okay.
Got this recently. I started using it. I think this is a great thing to put in a grog.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add some Angostura. About 3 dashes.
Okay.
I would very lovingly appreciate a straw. Yep. If I had a lime shell, I'd throw it in.
You want a twist?
I'll take a twist. What the heck? Give that a stir.
Yeah.
That's very nice so far.
All right.
Gonna add just a little bit by throwing the
It
twist
needs
in
a
there.
name.
You know what? I'm gonna dedicate this to the French girls and their lead singer guitarist, and I'm going to pop it by topping with some bubbles. Just like a roll of grog. Maybe it's a girl's grog.
Girls grog, nah.
No.
Hi, Janice?
That's really nice with the bubbly topper.
It is really good. That is a really good drink.
Someone
Oh, Eric's become a fan of the Surfer Jets, yeah.
Oh, yeah, seriously. If you take a look...
Okay, so Eric's getting used to... oh, wait, okay. Eric likes the Buffy St. Marie album, Illuminations, but is that the one you were playing?
I was playing...
Or why I brought it was not for everyone, yeah.
I was playing a sampler, and it happened to feature one track from Buffy.
No, you were playing a Buffy
album?
yeah. Because she was just on there not smiling. It was really...
I think the only full album that we own is Moonshot. And
sort of like getting used to Phoebe Snow's Why Vibrato. It's just not my kind of music. I'm just gonna say it.
There's a lot of that in that straight ahead folk scene. I mean acoustic guitars. I mean mouth harp. I mean
yeah.
harps.
Eric says as a kid because of Buffy St. Marie I made a mouth bow. Oh my gosh.
Hilarious.
Oh. Lisa says I live under a rock because I've never heard of Buffy St. Marie. Mark says you are blessed. Oh.
And you know.
Oh man, Buffy's probably listening.
I worked with a guy once in a store who had really cut his teeth in that period. He was a teenager in the 60s. And he was talking about the folkies. He says, oh, I listen to all these folkies, Ian and Sylvia and Joan Baez. And he said, the thing about Buffy St. Marie was like, she was the real thing. She was Native American, you know?
Oh,
she was actually Canadian, actually Native Canadian. So she did have that heritage, and she had the look. She was a very, very pretty gal, and which is not the reason you listen to her, but
you listen
to her sexist. You listen to her because of her music. She also did write a very harrowing song called Codyne, which got some great covers. So
not codeine?
Yeah, she called it Codyne. Apparently she got prescribed this once after an operation, and then she was hooked on it for a while, and she had a really bad experience with that era's...
Well, that sucks.
That era's opiates. So she wrote a song. There are some really great covers of that song. I would start with Quicksilver. Does like a really, skin crawling version of it.
So,
this, in fact, is
great.
The big single. You, baby.
French Girls, who we're listening to now.
French Girls.
They used to rumble our records.
We're listening to right now.
Yay!
Because we can play music now. You know? Usually we have to be on playlists and all that, and you have to tune in elsewhere. All of these platforms suddenly got savvy to copyright. I think, really? Because you go to, your YouTubes, and there's like a million records up there for free. Who's policing that? It's very inconsistent. I play one song on the show, and it's just like, OMG, you're violating copyright. Yeah, guess what, suckers?
Yeah.
We know the man who runs the label. He provided us some material. We're playing it for you now. Check it out.
Mark says, when she opened her mouth, her vocal stylings simulated seismograph readings from various great earthquakes from around the globe.
Mark's a singer, so he can say such things.
Okay, wait. Eric says, well, this album was probably considered her most psychedelic. There's a lot of electronics in it, and she does some wild vocals in it. Buffy was a frequent guest on early Sesame Street. I probably saw her. I don't remember that, but I probably saw her because I was watching Sesame Street back in the day.
Oh boy. Certain characters you need to deal with. Well, the simple fact is, like, the basics with that soul 60s folk thing, if you're dealing with any of these things, you have to deal with Bob. And you just have to love Bob Dylan's voice. And if you don't, maybe you just love his songwriting, because plenty of people covered his stuff and he went there. Man is a classic for a reason. Does not have that kind of voice.
I have respect for Bob Dylan, but I have to say that like he's one of my favorite singers to imitate. You got a lot of nerve to say you are my friend. Anyway.
Fun stuff.
We're listening to the French Girls. Not me. Bringing on Bob Dylan.
There is no folky going on. There's no folk rock going on. This is just balls to the wall, folks.
Oh. I put a beer in there.
You did indeed.
That I could put in my koozie. Yes,
Would you like Jan beer?
I would.
Plus
my koozie is empty. There it is. Thank you. I want to use my rum bar koozie, so I'm going to have a beer too. I'm having a Sierra Nevada Celebration Fresh Hop IPA that our friend John brought over. Run it up the flagpole. Just want to get it in my koozie without shaking it up.
Just a little bit.
Folk it. It's a Wednesday. Folk it.
Got it.
Oh, he got it back.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
Only slightly dinged at the corner. Hi, girls. There we go. We'll just place that right
Put
there.
it over here.
Yeah.
Put it where you can see.
Put it where you can see. There we go.
I'm gonna hold it up.
Yeah. Hex to
Open it
that.
up. Gonna show the
Big
link
one.
again.
Yep. Gonna drop that on you.
All right.
Again, this is the Rum Bar catalog. You can easily find this on the page. You can start scrolling and you keep going. Because
Oh my
by this
gosh.
point, there are
Their Bandcamp,
literally hundreds of releases.
there are so many albums on there.
Rum Bar is itself going balls to the wall. I like that in a record list.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna drop the link again. All of
There we go.
these make ideal gifts for yourself or the music lover in your life.
In your life. Well, you know.
Or music lovers. There are probably more than one.
More than one. 'Tis the season. It's the season.
Exactly.
It's all about the season. Well, we got it going on. There's even some Christmas music in there. Oh, wow. So the Surfer Jets, just as an aside.
Tangerine Dream.
Yep.
Okay, Eric. I like Tangerine
Now you're
Dream.
talking. Now you're talking. So, if you take a look up on the YouTubes, I have a channel there. I post music videos.
He does.
That's all I do on that channel. That's the Captain Quad channel. I shoot the video. They're all shot.
gonna find it
They're all
again.
shot in surround sound. They sound a lot better than a lot of videos up there. I will stroke my own ego that way.
I got the Shanda and the Howlers koozie.
Yeah. Hello.
Paul got the French Girls.
I get the French Girls.
Who
But I
we're
finished that beer,
currently
so
listening
we're
to.
Still listening.
All right.
So I just shoot video at various places. Sometimes it's at the Rust Riot. Sometimes it's been at the Asbury Park Surf Festival. And the last time we were at that festival, I found some space at the
Captain
back of a
Quack.
very Captain who's Quack? Found some space to the
Someone was Captain
back
Quack.
of a very crowded room. And who's playing with the Surfer Jets? Well, I grabbed 4 or 5
I'm
songs.
going to share the link to your channel.
And I posted, I got decent video of Too Much to Dream last night. Post that to the channel and just take a look at how many hits that has related to anything else up on the channel. They are my most popular video by
You
far.
gotta
I
shoot
get a
some
lot of
videos
comments.
of some Rum Bar Records bands.
I would do that in 4 minutes.
Exactly.
I just gotta get a second to grab my camera. Same camera we use to shoot episodes, by the way. Big fun.
Alright.
Big fun. But like I really enjoy shooting the videos. I really enjoy preserving a little bit of that. I think I do it well, and I like to capture a little bit of the essence of the groups. And I have a lot of stuff in the tank, ready to edit, ready to post, and currently that laptop is down for the count. Wham! Yeah, power supply died, so I gotta figure that out. It's actually the power board inside the machine.
We're
Yeah,
sharing
you can
a
buy a new power
computer until the other computer comes
She's
back from the repair
Not all that
shop.
happy about that whole concept.
No, I'm not okay with it, to be honest.
You know, neither am I.
I love the French Girls.
They're pretty rocking.
The laissez-faire is still together. Yes, they are, and
Well,
we have
they
an
got-
album for you.
They got a new album out, so if they're not, boy, that's a pretty good check.
They are.
Here we are
They
with
are.
Curiosity Killed the
Good
Laissez-Faires?
night, Mark.
Question mark. Hey, Mark. Awesome.
It's the production quality, not just the cheesecake. There you go.
Well, it's very true. It's very true. So, yeah, that's the most popular video that I have shot up there. But I've shot a lot of video of some fun groups and various things. Oh, Hana, Luna at the Lake. I got a few things up there.
Tangerine Dream makes even a Tom Cruise movie tolerable. You sound like him. Like, oh, but it's got tangerine drink.
Who's got tangerine drink?
It's an abominable snowman mug. It is actually, yes, it's a Yeti.
Yep.
Got a Yeti up there.
I forget who produced those.
I think it was Archie McFee.
Oh, I think you're right. And McFee does that, and they also do
a few years ago, but
they do that, and also a Bigfoot mug. So there's a big the big two right there. But and they actually did a cover of Mr. Yes, they do. That's in their regular lineup. I think you can find several versions of that live up on YouTube, and I shot one. Somebody else was shooting that because there's an alternate video from another angle. And,
oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Which is
where was that? Was that at
Asbury?
Asbury Park,
It was at the Asbury Hotel, and obviously people are shooting video. You can see their cameras in their phones in my camera, so one of those things. Have we actually made it to Dude Rock?
Time flies.
Well, I guess everybody go swap up.
All right. Well, that was amazing. That was the French Girls.
Speaking of who's asking about the Lazes, well, they're coming your way.
Right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. We got such great music here. I love it.
Gotta love it all.
Rumbar Records.
It's some kind of kick-ass.
I know. We'll do more next week, actually. Because we have a lot. So. Vaporwave? Eric says Bandcamp had me navigating the strange genre and it was Vaporwave. Oh my gosh.
Who knew?
Listen first.
Here we go with the last baby.
Where's the cover?
The cover's right here. Let me.
What are you doing moving it back there?
Oh, I just getting out of harm's way.
Front and center. I won't harm it.
Absolutely.
I gotta show it off.
I'm gonna keep the French Girls up here just because we have a big poster.
Exactly.
And hey, it's all the same label. Rumbar. Have we mentioned the term rumbar recently? Yes. Well, this is what has made the music tonight possible. The fantastic generosity of the label, and thank you, Lou, for just giving us a care package that inspired this broadcast.
Oh, yeah, the clams.
Awesome stuff. Oh, yeah.
We love the clams.
Oh, please. Clams fun. Clams are also essentially the band that saved Ohana one year when they had a complete dropout. And Dano from the Clams actually grabbed a pickup band of like two other gentlemen, and they played surf classics.
Yeah.
I believe that was the Surf Responders.
Yes.
Got some good video of them up there too. Amazing. Check my channel, you'll find the Surf Responders.
Doug says the acoustics in the Asbury Park Hotel lobby were remarkable, especially compared to the casino.
Oh yeah.
That was crazy.
Casino was basically the acoustics of a basketball ring.
Yeah, it was like a gym or something.
Just this massive, massive reverb. I'm thinking all of these bands play with tons of reverb. Yeah, well, this is too much reverb. I got some great videos there, which I really still need to post. Too much reverb.
That sounds like a song. Too much reverb.
Too much reverb. Oh, Muck and the Miners. Rumbar Records.
Yep. We're looking at Paul's channel.
I do, in fact, have some
Rumbar. Paul has some Rumbar Records bands on his channel.
Check it out, folks. And they have far too few views for what they are. They did a kick-ass set in Ohana. A lot of fun. We got some live video of them too, which undoubtedly can be found.
Alright, I'm gonna close that for now. Focus.
Here we are. This is the stuff. We're talking about these bands. You're listening to them. They have produced new material. 3 new albums for you. Sucking it to you. Shanna and the Howlets. It ain't easy. French Girls with their subtitle. And I forget the name of this already. Curiosity Killed.
Laissez-faire.
Did it? Question mark. Well, I hope not.
I was going to say, I hope not.
I hope not, because I want to hear more from these guys.
I know.
Oh. This is the first group we're playing tonight that actually has that pretty heavy psychedelic size sound. And they do it well. big fun as always. But these are fantastic groups. And again, check out the Rum Bar page of Bandcamp, and you just like you scroll and scroll. You're like, how many albums have been released on this? Wow. There was a comment earlier about, are we releasing another single? Yeah. Well, at current, if you want to produce an actual piece of vinyl of whatever speed.
Oh, how do we? Oh, let me share it again,
Lisa.
Tough. Let me find calls you too.
Drop it on her, and I'll ramble.
I'll lay it on you.
We'll get that stuff for you. If you want to produce an actual piece of wax and release it, whichever configuration, color, vinyl, or blah 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 inserts, it's going to take you a while. Right now, I think there's one place in the world making acetates that you would actually, the lacquers that you can produce a master record from, and all the plants are like way behind, and production everything's behind, and supplies everything are behind.
Yeah, if you want to make a record now, you better get in line because it takes a while.
It takes a while, and then of course all of these big artists have really just have found out that records sell, and CDs don't.
Yeah.
And of course, their label is taking a part of their concert tours these days. So they're like, what can I sell that'll actually make money on itself? Records. Because people buy them.
Hi, Patrick.
Hey!
Good to see you.
Zing! So good. Absolutely. We'll be seeing you in a mere 24 hours less.
Less than that.
Less than that, in fact. So this is the thing with records. It's like, you want to make your record. Well, I'm sorry, Taylor Swift wants to put out her record, and she's probably going to take priority. So there you go, suckers. Wait.
I know.
It's a kind of a shame, but I think plants are probably going to start coming back up to speed. We pressed ours through a joint called, I think, Furnace. Volcano Records, yeah. Furnace Pressing, which is in Virginia. They did a great job.
Volcano.
They had all the options. You want it on whatever color, you want it in this kind of a sleeve, you want it shrink wrapped, do you not want it shrink wrapped?
But everyone told me I was crazy because I said in August, I want to make a Christmas record. And I was like, you can't. There's no way.
There's no way you're going to do it.
It's too late in the year, you can't do it.
And this is 3 years ago.
If you want to make sure I do something, tell me you don't think I can do it.
Can't do it.
Because if you tell me I can't do it, I'm like, oh, really? And I will make sure I do it.
But you say, well, maybe I...
Yeah.
I think I can.
I might make everyone's life miserable, but I will make it happen. But we did. We got it out. But now you couldn't. Apparently they're backed up like a year for making records. So, yeah.
There are very specific reasons for that, but demand is way up. People are buying records. What the hell? Do I support such things? Sure. Records are fun.
Doug says, I have a literal ton of vinyl records from before they were cool.
I need to weigh. Let me do. I need a calculator. I can't do this in my head right now. I'll be right back. I'll tell you.
I'm scared. There's a calculator actually on this computer. He just went away to find his phone.
Yeah.
There's an actual calculator right here. Just gone. He's just gone. That's okay. We're currently listening to the Laissez-Faires. Curiosity killed the Laissez-Faires from Rum Bar Records, who's sponsoring this broadcast.
I should actually,
we love them.
I should note the actual title is Curiosity Killed the Laissez-Faires? ? It didn't kill them.
That's true.
They're still around.
Laissez-Faires?
Laissez-Faires.
It's like the Odd Couple.
Forget that. Yeah, let's see here. I can do some fast calculations. If somebody were to ask me.
It was difficult for me to believe records would be big again. When people were ditching them, my brother was taking as many as he could cheap. Yeah, exactly, right?
Oh, yeah. I took a lot of them cheap.
Yeah.
They were just flowing. Fast and furious. If you wanted good stuff in good shape, you had to pay money for it even then. But people were offloading huge collections. The New York stores at the time, there were a couple of rural ringer locations where you could find virtually anything for pretty damn cheap, under $10. I mean, like super rare collector stuff, no. But like, I remember getting into X and I filled up my entire collection on them for $5 a pop.
Don says, just repair the support beam below the record cabinet. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
probably really necessary.
Critical.
Those things are not light.
We built record shelves.
Yeah.
And I built them out of some pretty light lumber, but they're all supported. Various places.
Harry says, remember when some thought the mini disc was going to be big? I remember the mini disc.
Oh yeah, in the Far East it was huge because people in very tight quarters, a tiny little disc was a good idea.
I know we had it, but...
Oh yeah, we still have some minis. That was like my favorite thing to record live with.
Of course we do.
Because it was really easy, and it was one of the first, it was probably the first thing that people at home were editing on digitally. Because that was a big introduction and stuff. Now, it missed the boat in terms of digital because immediately thereafter you could do all that on your computer. So that's one thing that's a big strike against it.
Joe says, moving my albums broke the axle on my car trailer. No.
Let's do some fast calculations here. So here's two things you need to know. Back when I was working in a record store, and I've told that fact a number of times, people would call, this is going back 30 years, people were trying to offload records like mad. So we got constant calls all day long. I got some records. What do you have? Well, I got Simon and Garfunkel, I got Bobby St. Marie. Sorry, we don't really need that.
We don't need any more Buffy.
We don't need any more Buffy St. Marie,
Oh, God, I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to stop talking.
I'll stop slagging off
I'm going to stop slagging off Buffy.
She's a great artist because. But in the meantime, if you had all of these records that were very popular in the 60s and 70s, it's like the store wasn't really doing that. There were some collector's things that the store would do. We'd weed through it and away we go. Honestly, the stuff that was always exciting, jazz. 50s, 60s jazz. You had really good pressings on those. That would sell like what? And
like hotcakes.
You know, this is the kind of stuff I dial up when I'm hopping on Spotify and I want something to play while I'm working. I'll be like, Grant Green, give me 5 albums. And there's all this stuff. And it's just, it's awesome. Fantastic. You want to buy the original albums? First press, it's going to cost you some bucks. I know.
Doug says, to be honest, the Cross Bronx Expressway had a part in the failure. Well, yeah.
I'm going to say that had the larger part in the failure. Having been on that not too long ago, had to retrieve you from Grand Central, I believe.
Oh, Eric, I am missing some 12-inch from the 80s that probably won't be re-released. But...
Well, let's put it this way. It's hard because you had that 12-inch of White Lines.
Yeah.
I remember looking for that, I couldn't find it. And now somebody probably wants big bucks for that. And you can find that places, but it's the wrong mix. I mean, you want the 12-inch.
Yeah.
So, you know, kind of pain.
Exactly.
The 12-inches, the thing about those is that they would have 2 or 3 mixes. They might be a little unique. You probably have to get the vinyl. And sometimes those are not that hard. I was listening to the radio recently. The guy's playing a lot of 90s hip-hop. He said, yeah, you know, you can find a lot of this stuff pretty easily. It's really not that hard. It's not that expensive. He's playing some good stuff. So it depends on what you're listening to. I have another DJ friend who picked up a lot of 70s 12 inches back when they were first doing them as disco records. And he said the thing about them, they do this extended like remix that was actually really repetitive. And I think the idea was that you would start doing a lot of drop-ins above that to do something live because they were not that interesting to listen to as a dance record. And then later on, mixes got a lot more sophisticated. Let's see. So when I was doing this, people would say, look, I got some records. How many records do you have? Well, I don't know. And I would say, well, how many feet? You know, the records are like on edge. How many feet do you have? And I say, oh, well, I got to measure it. They go, oh, I have 6 feet worth of records. Okay. Well, each linear foot of records is about 75. So 6 feet of records, do the math.
Really?
Yeah. It's about how that works. More or less. More or less.
For a foot.
Yeah.
You're the expert.
What does all this weigh? Weight of an actual LP is one thing. Weight of a whole bunch of LPs is another. The thing is, when you're moving LPs, you have to move them in the appropriate size box. The appropriate size box is the medium size U-Haul moving box.
Hi, Amy!
About this by about this. That holds about 125.
Oh, Amy, we've been listening to Rumbar Records releases. Right now we've got Curiosity Killed the Laissez-Faires.
You don't say?
We also listened to the new Shanda and the Howlers.
You don't
It
say.
ain't easy.
It ain't easy.
And the French Girls.
Hello. French Girls, French Girls.
All
French
of
Girls
them
from one over here.
available on Rumbar Records.
Rumbar Records, new releases. This is all kicking ass.
When did they start? I don't know if they ever did stop making records, Lisa. Because records are big again now.
Lisa, there are two answers to that question. Essentially, generally speaking, records did not stop being released. Small labels did not stop making records. Big labels stopped making records, per se, around 1991.
Oh my gosh, Eric, I haven't thought of Art of Noise in a long time.
Mm-hmm. Like, if you wanted to get anything on an LP record, you could do that up to about 1988 or so. And then after that, it starts trickling off, and then, like, circa 91, the last big releases from big labels, and I think there were some shows that were done, and then it was just like, forget it. CDs and cassettes. That's all it was. But the small labels, like, I don't know, Rumbar Records, continued to do that.
But mighty.
Small but mighty. And that's the thing. There are a lot of small labels that I can mention, but we're talking Rumbar tonight. And Rumbar has some vinyl in its catalog, too. I think
exactly.
Luke was pointing out that, like, those are the big sellers. Like, he's really selling a lot of vinyl.
There's a channel of a guy, okay, Eric's saying, there's a channel of this guy who has this massive record collection. The records you see in the background is only a small fraction of what he has. I believe that. He's into all kinds of stuff. He even has the stuff I thought only my parents had. We probably know him. I wonder who it is. We probably know him.
Name the name and away we go. I'm thinking to myself,
okay. Michael's saying one of the French Girls songs he played reminded me of Stone Fox, which I saw open for X back in the early 90s. Interesting.
Stone Fox.
Okay.
Stone Fox, of course, is a song title that we have on an album from a Boston band from the 60s. And if you can name that band, boy, you're way ahead of the curve.
I remember Art of Noise, Eric. I need to look into them again. I'm trying to say.
Today you can. This is the thing.
Today I can.
At the time, you would have heard a couple of singles. Now you can hear the whole thing.
No, yeah,
you know the catalog.
I remember liking Art of Noise.
Because we've been watching this DJ on Saturdays, alternate Saturdays, and we trade barbs with your sister on text. He's in, I think, Nashville.
Yep.
He's playing a lot of fun 80s stuff. He's got some rights to some videos, and he's putting them up. And he will play certain things constantly on the show. What am I thinking of? Nights Are Up? That one Nights Are Up song.
And I don't know him, Eric, but yeah.
And,
okay, I'm going to look him up.
I recognize the song, but I started looking into Nights Are Up. I'm like, okay, they have a huge catalog of stuff. So.
All I can think is gun.
Join in the chat.
Fire!
So people ask me sometimes, how many records do we own? I think, I have no idea.
Okay.
I've never counted. I tried cataloging them years ago.
I can't even count the Christmas trees.
I got to about
count the
700 and I kind of stopped.
Yeah.
Since then, not only have we acquired, we've divested. We have stuff up right now for sale on Discogs. If you're interested, check it out. But I'm going to say that linear footage means we probably have about 3,200. How much does that weigh? All right, divide that by 125, get you 25 U-Haul boxes worth. Each U-Haul box. I tried this one day after I had hauled about 100 of them into the store. Where you're like, heave ho, heave ho, heave ho. I'm like, how much do these things bleep weigh? So I had one at home.
Bleeping weigh.
Filled it up, put it on the scale. Answer, 65 pounds per 125 records.
Okay.
So 25.6 boxes divided by, times 65 pounds will be 1,664 pounds.
It's pushing.
This is most of a ton
of records.
But I wouldn't be surprised if we actually had a literal ton of records.
Eric recently got Art of Noise's 4 CD box set. And what have you done with my bodyguard? Okay. All right. He's into it. No, wrecked. Yes, Doug says, I'm deciding whether to use the Garrard or the Dual. See, since I'm married to this one, I know it's the Dual.
Yeah.
On the boat next summer. The Dual would probably do better on a mooring in a swell. Still easier, have a bunch of 8 tracks to refill.
Oh. Yeah,
you got him started.
You have a whole stack of those.
How many
Learjet
feet?
eggs?
Okay, Don's asking how many feet.
Oh, let me actually figure that out.
Oh dear God. Do you have to go measure?
No.
Okay.
So I just need to redo that.
No rack talk.
The rack talk. Let's see, clear it. I said 3,200 per foot is 75, and what is 75 would be 42 feet. That might be about right. We have a number of racks up there, yeah, about 42 feet. So you can tell your friends, oh, I have 35 feet worth of records because Paul told me that's how many I have. You know what? If you actually bother to count them, you'd say he was right within 5%. So I love that. But 42 feet of records, that's about right. We have a rack over here. We finally have one on the main floor since last year, and that has
We do.
space for. I think I measured that.
Have you measured that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 spaces.
You're gonna measure.
I figured
aren't you?
that will hold about 600 records. So we have
I
a
think you
lot
said
of records on this floor to go between. We have a large selection of Christmas
Don't forget
to
the
go
ones
right
over
now.
there.
Oh, we also have that unit too. So we have more
The
like
ones over there.
yeah, more like 700. Yeah. Is a large record collection better? Depends on how often you have to move it. Just saying. It's a fun thing.
Who's Afraid of the Art of Noise album? Oh wow. Okay, that sounds great, Eric.
Okay. And like the 12-inch remixes, once again, we're talking
I
about
love that.
they might be unique to the record, and if you wanted to collect that somewhere, that'd be the place for it.
Exactly.
I'm still enjoying a little fun grog here, which was inspired by what we're listening to. I think that.
Weren't you going to? You had something else you were going to make this evening too.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm very nearly out, and I happen to have ingredients right here, but I don't have the correct one. Let's get a correct one. Do we have a correct mug? Oh, that's the correct one. There we go. What do you know? Santa!
Santa!
I had this inspiration earlier today, and I thought, how would I make that work? And then I realized how I would make that work. I thought, how about a coffee nog?
I just want to give another shout out. For those of you just joining us, we're listening to the music of the Laissez-Faires.
Mm-hmm.
Curiosity killed the Laissez-Faires?
Did
On
it?
Rumbar Records.
I
I'm
hope
going to
not.
drop the link again.
Somebody drop some rumbar on the
Because
people.
Rumbar Records make a good gift for yourself or
a friend.
the music lovers in your life
You probably have more than a few music lovers
at the
in your
holidays
life.
or any time of year. I'm going to drop it again.
Bingo.
I was checking my cursor.
Oh, it's in there still.
I got it back.
But definitely. Yeah. Oh, there's a good shout out to like what's been playing recently.
Yes.
I really like these guys.
Oh, I love
I've
those
liked
guys.
everybody we played tonight because
Oh, I know.
they all kick ass.
Yes.
They all kick ass. The our last group, the
The French girls.
French girls here up filming promo. They have a real walls to the wall sound. Very funky. Like it, very up tempo, very power pop.
Alcohol latte.
Well, and my comment on which turntable to use in that application, I would say the Garage might actually track a little heavier in rough weather. Then again, the Dual actually is designed for some rough usage. And but if you wanted to have skip-free performance, fix your 8 tracks. They'll never skip.
Oh my gosh. Eric says, I got the physical copy for the track-by-track commentary by the members in the booklet. Wow.
Oh yeah, isn't that fun?
I love that.
It reminds me, we have a box set of Captain Beefheart from the 1999 that was released. It's about 6 CDs and a DVD included. And there is a whole liner notes by the drummer, and he tells the whole bizarro tale of working with the captain. But the outtakes on that and the alternate tracks, wow, that is totally worth it. Yeah, big fun. Great set. Yeah, doesn't everybody like music?
Exactly, Errol. I'm with you.
I'm gonna make a nog. First of all, I've made a nog.
So
this is eggnog. It's from the Esquire drink, one of their drink
It's
books.
the Baltimore Nog.
I think it's the party book.
That we made last week. Well,
Party Nog. This actually is about 40 proof because it contains the booze, so I'm not concerned about this sitting in the fridge how long.
but you could do this with non-alcoholic
You could.
Nog too.
Keep
What
it in
he's
the
about to
fridge.
do. They gotta see your Santa.
Gotta see your Santa. This has to go anyway.
Gotta see Santa do the mambo.
The mambo.
Oh, Amy has a French Girls Rum Bar koozie. That's one. Oh, Paul was using that one. I got Shanda and the Howlers. I had to check to make sure I'm correct, but yes, I did. He got the French Girls.
So I filled with Nog, and I thought I wanted to have something like a coffee Nog. The Baltimore Nog was really eggs, milk, heavy cream, a lot of heavy cream. This thing is like, put some meat on your bones because it's freezing outside kind of drink. So I decided, how do I get a coffee flavor? Well, I saw we had coffee syrup that you made.
I did make coffee syrup the other day.
As a matter of fact.
You know what, maybe I'll share the
good.
recipe for coffee syrup.
Check that out. And it's very good, but I thought if I add that, I'm adding more sugar. This is already fairly sweet because it's got a fair amount of sugar. What can I add to this that's just coffee flavor? Oh yeah, how about the coffee concentrate? We got this recently as a promo.
Oh yeah.
From Javi. Javi is not sponsoring us tonight, so I'm not going to make any big deal about that. Rum Bar Records is sponsoring us tonight.
Exactly.
And I am going to make a big deal about that, but I am using a Javi product. Half a teaspoon. This is concentrated. So literally 1 teaspoon is a cup of coffee. But half a teaspoon inside your Nog packs a punch, so it says. And you want to give it a stir. And I gave away my stirrer. French Girls. Oh wait, I have this guy. I can stir with this.
All right. Coffee syrup. Our patrons will be getting all of these recipes tomorrow, but I will just say right now, coffee syrup could not be easier to make. All you do is combine 1 part hot coffee and 1 part sugar and stir until the sugars dissolve. And then when it if you made a lot, when it cools, refrigerate.
I happen to like
It's a
very
great
strong
mixer.
flavors in my syrups when I'm using these for cocktails. I want that to really punch through. Ginger syrup has to be very gingery. The coffee syrup, make a very strong coffee. Pretty simple. So there you go. Coffee Nog. Make your Nog. You can actually just buy the Nog off the refrigerator
Errol,
shelf.
that sounds great.
Maybe it says this, maybe it says that. We've been using the one that is almond Nog. That is very good. I think Silk makes it. And
I think you're right.
yep, half a teaspoon worth of the coffee concentrate.
Errol says I had a milk stout tonight that had a good coffee flavor. I like a
That's
good
really nice.
coffee
I don't think you've actually
stout.
had this.
I don't think I did. I came home today and you were extolling its virtues.
I was. It's not too often you can actually use the word extol.
He was extolling. Oh, that's good.
Isn't that good? Like, you can have a few of those. Now, if you have a few Baltimore
I
Nogs,
love this song.
that's pretty heavy.
I gotta say, you were playing this one earlier. I love
Yep.
this song.
They got
Laissez faire.
nice changes in this song.
Yes.
Now, I want this to get a little colder too because it's been sitting for a bit. So I'm going to add 1 cube.
Look at that. Cube here.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say a big thank you to Rum Bar Records for all of the fabulous music. This is so exciting.
It's our 3rd album of the evening.
Yes.
Fantastic new CDs available.
Hi, Chaz. Good to see you.
Hello. Rum Shack.
Rum Shack.
Rum Shack. Rum Shack. What's that? Oh, I've been to the Rum Shack. It's kind of awesome.
It's amazing.
I'm just going to sing the praises there because. And we shot an episode there. You can find it up on the usual suspects.
I know.
Check it out.
Sorry, I'm just
Please admire the
reading
Lazes.
that. I'm just admiring.
Admire the Lazes. Big fun. Did curiosity kill the laissez-faire? I hope not.
I doubt it.
I hope they keep going and doing what they
doubt
do.
it.
And every time I hear a new Shannon and the Howlers album, I'm like, keep rocking. You people need to keep making music as long as you can. So we're enjoying the coffee Nog a lot. It actually reminds me an awful lot of a coffee milk, which is, of course, I think it's the official drink of Rhode Island. It was either that or Del's
So how
lemonade.
much coffee did you? How much coffee concentrate did you add?
Half a teaspoon.
That's not much.
It's not that much.
Yeah.
I wanted that to give me that flavor without
I'm getting
being
the
like a whole
definite
bunch of
coffee hit.
It's a really nice flavor from the Javi. You should be able to find that on your
Oh,
grocery
Eric's
shelves.
bookmarking all the links. Yay!
Hello. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you ever want to go back and grab these links, these are all archived up on YouTube, Facebook, all the Fool Boobs. If you ever find like, oh, I couldn't find that thing you were talking about, just drop us a line. We'll figure it out.
Exactly.
I mean, we talk about many things. Our guests here talk about many things. I'm so glad that we can all get you going and get the ideas flowing, because that's the idea. That's the whole kicker. Fun things happen when people get together, listen to music, and have a few libations.
Amy, you're correct. Coffee milk is the official drink of Rhode Island.
I think you're right.
But this one is from Rhode Island.
Well, I cut my teeth there, so.
Exactly.
So this is really like a very heavy, concentrated alcoholic coffee milk, and I'm pretty happy with it.
It's an alcoholic coffee milk, and I'm happy with it.
It is a pre-mixed, a pre-dosed eggnog.
Pardon me.
Eggnog, properly made, will have liquor mixed into it. When we make it for parties, I do not actually put the booze in case you would like to just have eggnog
Well,
without.
exactly.
Dose yourself. So like I have the eggnog, and beside it I have a bottle of brandy and a bottle of whiskey, and you can dose yourself. Or also a bottle of rum. The Baltimore eggnog apparently was rum and brandy. That was the big two. They would not typically use
The
whiskey.
big two.
A lot of eggnogs you see will use whiskey, and I think that's because people will use what they have. And if you're making Kentucky eggnog, well, I'm bourbon. So there you go. Yeah, that kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
So-
All right. No talk about that.
We're just going to have to do. We
Cork it.
There are lots of stoppers.
I gotta cork it.
To your right. Oh my, matching mother and daughter.
Pardon me.
It's on the TV.
All right. I gotta find a.
Again, pour yourself about, that was a good 4 or 5 ounces of the eggnog. You can certainly use a premix. I did, even if I made it myself. But if you buy
You
the
can use a
bar,
non-alcoholic one.
non-alcoholic too. I mean, you can get that carton in the supermarket. You can get that with milk products. You can get that with non-dairy products. There's certainly almond milk. I'm certain that there is by now
see one.
a soy milk product that does nog. You can get it with eggs. You can get it without eggs. There are egg substitutes in the vegan aisle that will do that.
Hi, Pepper Tree.
Hey! Cookies! Wow! Big fun. Excellent. Oh, I'm
Yes.
glad we can provide that.
My favorite kitty cat channel. Oh, I
Excellent.
love that.
But definitely.
Cooking dinner and then baking cookies. That sounds lovely. I
So
love
look,
that.
about 5 ounces of the eggnog,
I know. I want to know what kind of cookies too.
half a teaspoon of coffee concentrate. You know what you could also do? If you have trouble finding the Javi, maybe you do. Maybe there's something else you can't find.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
You could add about half a teaspoon of instant coffee and just mix that in carefully. That should dissolve very nicely in this.
I'm just sharing this. You said like 5 ounces eggnog,
Yep,
half teaspoon
coffee concentrate. Yeah.
coffee concentrate.
I was just inspired because we had a bottle of this as a promo, and I said, how would that work in an eggnog? I feel like a coffee nog. That sounds like an excellent idea. If I grew up drinking
That sounds
coffee
great.
milk, so coffee nog, well, hello, that just follows. You know what's really great? A coffee egg cream. Now that's a real New England,
Oh,
New York
yummy,
sort of a combination
yummy.
there, baby.
Yes, yum.
Pretty awesome. Very easy to make such a thing at home, but you can also find a great deli in there.
Oh my gosh, Amy says, my family didn't do eggnog. They did ice cream punch with brandy, rum, coffee, and whatever else.
Whatever.
I would love to hear what into that.
Yeah.
I could see that being amazing.
Well, that's kind of interesting.
Oh, Eric says, I helped bring one of my girlfriend's cats
Aw.
home. Oh, I love that.
Retro
Chocolate chip cookie recipe.
Oh, pudding! Woo! Pudding pops.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That sounds delicious.
By the way, I am drinking from the Santa mug that comes to you from the Miracle Bar franchise. We actually found our local in New Jersey. You may have a local to you. They're fun. You can get these little mugs. There's a whole organization behind them. They have other mugs.
Didn't I hear?
T-Rex over there.
Hold on.
Wait.
I'm gonna look this up before
I'm gonna check that out to see what our
mouth.
local is. I thought that Fuchsia was doing some kind of a pop-up. I don't know. Many bars over the past year and 3/4 have experienced some severe disruption to their business for obvious reasons I won't go into because you know them, and they've had to do other things. Now, a lot of bars actually have custom ceramics.
Yes.
And have really been pushing that online, and some of them have sold quite a few ceramics, and I'm glad to hear that because in my favorite watering hole, I want to stay in business. I would like to. There's also the glassware. I was using a piece of custom glassware for a grog recently. I think I busted over there. They came to us from our friends in California. But there were also the walktails, where you can go and just like grab a gallon to go kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Onion milk on 9th
I
Street.
heard, yeah.
Huh. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess that's it.
Sorry, I was just looking something up for you, but it turned out to not pan out, so I'm not gonna waste the time. Hi, Philip. It's
Hey, Phil.
so good to see you.
Yo!
I know that does sound delicious, right, Lisa? I think that sounds great.
Well, if you know what's in that, drop it here because we will try all sorts of things to see how they are. Hot buttered rum. Yes, I do, Jazz. Absolutely. I would do
No,
the
I'm just
following.
looking at Eric says they had 2 sisters from the same litter, 2 tuxedo cats named Parker and Sophie. We had tuxedo cats when I was a
cats.
kid. Oh, I love tuxedo cats. Our friends Marty and Nina have a tuxedo cat.
They do have
now.
tuxedo. Yeah. Named Baxter, I believe.
Yeah.
Baxter
Oh
after
my gosh.
Leslie Baxter. Just saying. So, what would I do for a hot buttered rum? There's a couple ways you can go there.
Cola de Mono. Sherry's asking, has anyone tried Cola de Mono? Tail of the monkey. Oh.
Milk sugar.
We gotta research this.
Oh.
That sounds good.
I have not heard of that as a, like, way back in the day kind of drink, but it sounds like very in keeping with some Mexican flavors that we're very familiar with.
Should ask our
Hello.
neighbors.
Do you know about this? Yes. I'm certain that they know about such things as coquito, although that's a Puerto Rican specialty.
Cola de Mono, traditional Chilean Chilean drink served around Christmas time.
Similar to a White Russian. Well, there
Well,
are...
that sounds good. That sounds
Aguardiente, milk, sugar, coffee, cloves. Okay. Virgin.
Cloves.
Without the alcohol. Who?
Cloves.
What cloves? Cloves.
You said cloves.
Cloves? What? What is cloves?
Cloves.
Cloves. So, interesting.
Oh, Cola de Mono. Oh my gosh, I'm so. Thank you for mentioning that.
I'm a bit surprised it doesn't have
I'm
the
into this now.
Pisco, but Aguardiente is actually made in several places.
Yeah.
In that arena.
They were named for the characters in the TV show Leverage.
Big fun. So back to the hot buttered rum. Did I simply?
Back to the hot buttered rum.
What would I do? The
Doesn't it all come back to
simplest
the hot
way
buttered
that you
rum?
can make that, I think. Get yourself a heat-proof mug, or throw a spoon in it so you can dissipate.
Yes.
Get some boiling water going. Rum of your choice. I think a decent medium-bodied rum along the lines of the Plantation Dark is a great way to go. If you're thinking, I want something a little heavier, then of course Myers or Caruba is an excellent way to go. And I would say a good solid shot of that, 1.5 ounces, in the glass, in the mug. What else would you put in there? Throw a couple of cloves in. Throw a cinnamon stick in. You get your liquor. Throw in a lemon peel. Pour boiling water over it. Put a pat of butter on top. That's a hot buttered rum. Do you want that to have a little more body? Fill with hot cider instead. Now that will definitely work. And you know, all of these hot drinks back in the contemporarily with central heat, we think, well, I don't know. If it were, say, 1780, you would love a hot drink around this time of year. because you got no central heat.
I'm going to drop the Rumbar link again. I noticed the music is done, and
it's time to cycle it again to perhaps reset to the top of the set. I don't mind if I do.
I feel like it might be time to sign off.
Oh yeah, is that it?
Well,
I'm going to play some music.
We've been going for a while. I'm just saying.
We'll play some music before we do.
Gonna drop the links again. All of tonight's music was provided to us by Rumbar Records. Thank you. It all makes amazing gifts. I'm just saying.
All good.
We were just listening to Curiosity Killed the Laissez-Fairs?
Question mark.
Question mark. We had the French Girls and Shanda and the Howlers. I think Paul's starting Shanda and the Howlers again.
Oh yeah. Before we sign off, we might as well have some tunage.
Exactly. I don't want to get repetitive.
I like how this label design is awfully reminiscent of a certain Detroit label you might recognize.
Exactly.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, College of Mono. I'm very interested in that.
Sounds pretty simple. Sounds like another one of those milk punch, eggnog kind of things. Big fun this time of year. Let us throw us up some Shanda. Anya. Well, we've had some good drinks inspired by the bands tonight. Came up with a coffee nog, which I think is highly appropriate for all of these. I think the beer in a shot, that's a classic. You had two different takes.
Oh, Rumbar t-shirts are awesome. Thank you, Amy. I agree.
Yeah, by the way.
I agree.
I wear one.
Oh, you have a wonderful evening too, Peter.
Please. Please.
And visit Rumbar Records on Bandcamp.
Buy Rumbar Records.
They will set you up.
Yes. Rumbar has, by now, a vast catalog.
Yes.
It's really amazing the number of these great little kick-ass bands that have been signed up and are putting out albums frequently. And, of course, there are singles and EPs that they can be had. Downloads, all of this is available. Or you want a CD, you can get it. Do you want...
And merch. Don't forget the merch.
Do you want some plastic? You can get some vinyl. Rumbar, I think, is doing a handful of things, and Lou is really interested in doing a lot more. So if you actually like to drop the needle on the wax, let the label know. That's always a good idea. But just huge. Look, the
amazing. So inspired. I'm just scrolling down on the Rumbar Records Bandcamp page.
This doesn't end.
There is so much here. You gotta visit.
This doesn't end.
You gotta visit.
Check it out. You've been listening to 3 great records from Jen and the Howlers, the French Girls, the Laissez-Fairs. Oh, big fun.
We'll do more next week.
We have more. We have more. More than could fit into one broadcast, so it must be 2 broadcasts. We are still working the Christmas angle. That's why the gifts.
Oh, Michael's impressed by what he heard tonight. I love that.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you. If you're not familiar with the label, you know, it's easy to check them out. There's a ton of stuff up there on YouTube. There's a ton of stuff you can sample all of this stuff.
Santa mugs. Yay.
Hey, yeah. Oh, that's big fun. These are great. I really like these a lot. And at our actual Miracle Pop-Up, I did have a hot milk drink in one of these. It was like a hot nog. It was really good. So I was very happy with that. So clearly these can take the heat. And
put a spoon in first.
That's always wise.
You don't want to crack your Santa mug.
I mean, ceramic can probably take that. And I hear that, I'm like, that's like saying you probably won't get shocked if you put your finger in the socket. Yeah, turn the power off.
Lura's on the plane. Yes.
Finally.
Yes. Oh, I'm so glad. Okay, good.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it.
They do have some fun Christmas songs, Amy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Stop calling me Frank.
There's a number of things sitting in there. Check it out.
Yes.
It's that time of the year. We're working that.
It's so much fun.
I hope you're working that too, because there's all sorts of fun stuff for Xmas that you can enjoy to enhance the Xmas Atmos.
Speaking of Black Hat.
Speaking
of British TV, as we were earlier.
We, of course, are very fond of those classic collections of the 60s that were sold by carrier companies. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just look up Goodyear Christmas and you'll see a bunch of stuff. Well, that's a lot of fun, and it's very homey. We've also been watching certain things up on the internet from the Hollywood Palace.
Oh, yeah.
There are some really good Christmas shows that you can see. Some hosted by Bing, which featured Glenn Campbell, and you know, it was really good and a lot of fun. So these are all up there for your enjoyment until
and
somebody takes them down.
Pluto. There's some weirdo stuff on Pluto.
There's some really strange things up there to watch. Christmas time, and the living is weird. That's what's happening up there on the internet. All sorts of bizarre things. We can also bear in mind that if you're like, yeah, well, I don't do Christmas.
And speaking of, Glendora will have a new music video in the next few days. Speaking of Christmas time and the living being weird.
In production, it was being mixed today. A little more needs to happen, and then it'll be nailed shut. And it is intended as a video. So be watching these channels for the rest of that story. But absolutely. I'm also thinking, if you're saying to yourself, well, you know, I don't really care about Christmas. Well, do you like rock and roll? Yeah, sure. Do you like Jimi Hendrix? Sure. You remember that the Band of Gypsies was a New Year's show? I mean, during the show, plays Auld Lang Syne. So even there, that's to be borne in mind. We've heard some fantastic stuff today. Thank you so much. That's very heartening. Thank you again to Lou and Rumbar for providing the materials. We got three fantastic things happening here.
You hold those up. I'll hold this one up.
You're talking about Shanda. I'm talking about Lansing. I'm talking about French girls. Hot stuff coming through. All of these albums are available through your Rumbar purveyor. And you might even get a koozie too. What the heck? T-shirts. Thank you, Amy, for reminding me. Those are available too. You love the label. Well, this label just keeps putting out rocking stuff.
Just keep on giving.
Just keep on checking them out. That's all I gotta say.
Yes.
Big fun. Big fun. So glad you could join us tonight on a Wednesday before the Xmas.
Weird things on the internet. Yes, weird things on the internet. That would be us, probably.
That potentially is us. I'm always happy when we can play live music.
Oh, Janice, yes, thank you. Yeah, Janice loved the music. Love it. All right.
I've enjoyed everything we've heard tonight. These are just great groups selling it for real. I mean, we're going out rocking. Oh, wow.
I know. I know.
Well, that's a good way to go.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get all misty.
If you missed part of this, tune into the rebroadcast. It'll be available in minutes up on one of these platforms, and you can check it out again.
It sounds so fancy.
See the whole thing. You'll give us a hit. I don't know if that makes a big difference to us up on YouTube. They don't really care about us, and we just are there because. That's just life.
What a downer.
Oh, well, you know, I'm just talking about reality.
Separation anxiety. I know, Lisa. I feel it too.
I know.
I don't care about YouTube. I care about the people who are watching.
This is who we do it for.
We love you guys.
Had many great side conversations
We're gonna
tonight
get sloppy.
about fantastic stuff.
We get sloppy. We love you guys.
Oh,
we really do.
I know.
We appreciate all of you.
I know. And,
but we have another broadcast before Christmas.
We do, in
fact. Next Wednesday.
1 week.
We'll play more Rumbar records.
We'll still be here before we have to travel.
We'll play more Rumbar records.
There will be more Rumbar records.
Records.
Wow.
Yes.
Isn't that fun? So if you haven't checked out their entire catalog, check it. And Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. Pacific, we're going to be on Tiki Trail again. That's right. We've been on there a couple of times, mixing live. We'll be on Tiki Trail. I will drop the link for all of you. 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Tuesday. And then we'll be back Wednesday. Tiki Trail usually promises a large number of guests and a wide-ranging amount of tastes. So hey, they're big fun. We have done though a couple of times so far, and then dropped a few drinks on them. And really great host, great show. Oh, Eric, yes, thank you. Hi, Jennifer. Oh my gosh. If you are a patron, we love you. You'll get all of these drinks tomorrow. Yes, yeah. If you watch on these on Facebook, you get one of these provided for you. I can say we've enjoyed everything we've had tonight. including a couple of old man beers. Well, actually, yours wasn't really an old man beer, but it's in a koozie.
It's a young man beer.
Young beer.
Young woman beer.
Yeah, young woman. So, but fun stuff. Thanks so much for tuning in, as always. And around this time of year, when it can get crazy and hectic, you took an hour or so out of your time to check us out. That's why we do these things. As always, don't worry, no matter where you are.